Okay. Straighten myself up here a little bit. It says I'm live. I hope everybody's picking me up a little bit right here. We'll see who all gets in. I'm gonna take a nice drink of Sprite so I can clear my voice a little bit and get started. Hope everybody's having a good, cool December the 1st. It is definitely cold out there right now. Definitely cold. So hopefully everybody can be in a warm place. I'm in a warm place. I was going to go up to my studio, my new studio I've got. I went over there, I went up there this morning and turned on the heaters. It is cold up there. And I've got to do a radio broadcast. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Yeah, I've got to do a radio broadcast at 12 o'clock. So I went up there and I turned on the heaters. And I may do something unusual if y'all guys want me to do it. I may simulcast the radio show and a YouTube video because it's 3 hours long. So you'll see me doing a lot of radio stuff. 12 to 3 is what I'm gonna be on today. I'm gonna be on 12 to 3, Jamie, and so I may do that. I've got a new camera. I got a new camera webcam up there, and I can position it so you'll see me doing my thing. I'll have to mute it every once in a while because of the fact that you can't have music playing in the background or anything, or YouTube will give you a YouTube strike and take your video down. So I'll have to mute the video part every once in a while. I'll have to reach over and hit the mute button and mute it. And when I do that, uh, I can continue on with what I'm doing and then the mute back off and talk to people and that sort of stuff. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Uh, that's probably what I'm going to do come 12 o'clock. And y'all can get a bird's eye view of what I'm doing. Whether they like it or not, whether you like it or not, I'll just keep it running for the 3 hours live and see how many people tune in and see how many people don't. I don't care. I'll just be doing my thing. And the cool thing now you could do though, if you want to watch me doing the video, doing my radio, I'll give you the link to the radio and you can hear what I'm doing to go along with everything in the studio there. So it'll be a different situation. I'll probably sign on a little bit before 12 because I'll need to get everything. I'll need to get everything lined up. So so what you'll do, I mean, so what everybody out here can do. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna do this show this morning, and then I'm gonna right before 12 o'clock, probably 11:30 or so. I'll go up to my studio up there near the shop, and I'm going to line up everything for the radio show because it takes me a little bit of time to get all the songs lined up, all the computers turned on. I have one part that I broadcast through. Then I have a couple screens and everything that I'm doing the music with. So it takes a little bit to line it all up. And so I had to get all that lined up and everything and the microphone set and everything else. So I'll be doing that. So I think I'll do that since I'm doing a 12 to 3 today. And I'm going to have some Christmas music in it and a few things like that. Yeah. Yeah. I got to conserve my pipes a little bit. But see, the good thing about the radio part, as you'll see, a major part of it's the music. And I only have to, I'm doing the technical part in the background in between the songs. So I'm doing the technical part, lining up the songs. I can talk a little bit to my YouTube audience, uh, but I'll be just lining up songs and everything. and then you can hear what I'm actually saying. I'll have to mute the video. Every, I'll probably mute the video, so you have to get used to this. Well, I'll have my headphones on, so I really won't have to mute. I really won't have to mute the video, but a few times. But I'll have to. You'll hear me mute it several times during the broadcast. Hey, James, how are you? Hey, Patrick, how are you? I see you in there. No, I don't have to grease it back. I hadn't got much hair to grease really. I'll just it's not that not required. I mean, it's radio, so it's and like I say, I've got a face for radio anyway, so it's not going to be required. James, I live about 90 miles from Boone. I'm south of Boone. It may not even be that far. Probably 75 to 90 miles, something like that. You go from here, I go up to Hickory. Hickory's 25 miles, 25 miles away. And then from Hickory, you go from Hickory to Lenoir, then Blowing Rock, and then Boone. That's right up 321, Highway 321. Highway 321 is just a few miles from where I live right here. And it goes straight up to Boone. So that's to give you an idea. The Durham family that was murdered in Boone. I don't recollect it myself. It wasn't big in my purview, I guess you say. I don't know. It's one of those things that, over the years you hear about all kinds of things, but I don't remember it myself. Now I have some friends that lived up there. They probably do, but I don't, it was probably on the news, but it doesn't strike me big time right now. What was the thing about it? Were you related to somebody from that family? Was that part of your family? I don't know why you're asking that. I don't know. But you were watching a video about it. I don't know anything about it. There's been different murder cases. There was actually one here in Cherryville years ago. There was a sort of a murder mystery, and it was actually the girl that is my accountant. Her mom and dad were murdered. And they had this weird guy that he came in and clubbed them with a baseball bat and everything, and it killed her mom and dad, and then went on to another county and killed two other people, another couple. So he was a serial killer, and he lived right just up above here. But that's one of the biggest murder cases that I remember in this area, and he was executed. State of North Carolina executed him, which I was tickled with that. They should have. He was a monster and everything. And the crazy thing about it, he worked at a mill in Cherryville, and him and another lady always rode together coming to work. And this lady rode with him after he had already committed 4 murders, and he was still going back and forth to work and everything and acting normal. And this lady, I think she probably had a heart attack when she found out it was him, because there she was going back and forth to work every day with him, commuting. It was crazy. Yeah. Well, it's not a rough area, but that, you get a crime like that'll happen every once in a while. and that was a nut. That was a nut job that lived in the area, and was uh, something that happened, Jamie. Uh, but that happened to the girl that's actually, like I said, she's my accountant right now. Yeah, it shakes you up. It shakes you up. I mean, I know of a couple of murders in the area. I'm trying to. That was one of the worst. That was one of the worst that I can remember in the past 50 years. Was when they got killed, and the problem was, I mean, it went on for. I mean, that guy killed two people, and then moved on over a couple of counties further and killed two more people, and it had everybody scared in this area. I mean, who was this mystery guy that was coming in and killing people and killing older couples? I mean, Sheila's mother and dad they were probably in their 60s. Uh, I want to guess, Mr. Willis, uh, but they. I really don't know. I'm trying to think back how old they were. I mean, I was younger, so it, at that time you're always thinking somebody older. You don't correlate how old they were, but I'm wanting to say they were probably in their 60s when they got killed. I could be wrong. I don't know. Sheila is a few years younger than me. She's about I want to say she's 5 or 6 years younger than me. Let's see if yeah, about 5. Yeah, she's younger than my younger brother Perry, uh, who would have been 70 this year if he made it. My youngest brother uh, Perry passed away 2 years ago, or maybe close to 3. No, 2.5, and he would have been 70 years old tomorrow. No, no, not tomorrow. Tuesday, on December 3rd. Today's been December the 1st and everything. But yeah, those things shake you up, that's for sure, Jamie. And they shake you up, and put you back in your perspective, what goes on and everything. And it can happen in a small town. And now we got to worry about it happening with all these illegals coming in. I mean, that's the thing that worries me is the crime rate jumping up because of all those guys. Trump's got to get them out of here. I mean, we can't afford to have all these illegal murderers and gangs. I mean, that's the other thing is these gangs. I'm not as worried as much about gangs hitting my small town. I'm gonna clean my glasses. Uh, my glasses are awful dirty. Uh, but these gangs bother me. You know, these El Salvadorian gangs and Venezuelan gangs, and it's just crazy how we've let that come into the nation, and how Biden and his administration just let it go on, let these people come in and take over in a lot of areas. And that's the good thing about living out in the country, or out in the rural areas, small town. We don't have a congregation, or we don't have a lot of people like that coming to this area. Yep, old Tom Homan, he's going to straighten it out. I like his attitude. It's like, you break the law, we're going to arrest you. And I like that attitude. I mean, he's a good one. He is a good one, that's for sure. But you know, getting back. Here's Walter. Oh, he's hated, but for sure, these Democratic governors and these sanctuary city mayors and all these crazy people like that. I mean, they're crazy. The overwhelming consensus is, let's get these people out of there. Let's get these people cleared out. But what do? You get somebody like Tom Homan coming in to do it, and then these crazy mayors and governors go, oh no, we're not going to let them come in and disrupt our and hurt our citizens. Well, they're not your citizens. They are illegals. Hey, Jeff, how are you? I'm doing good. I hope everybody else is too. But yeah, like I was telling everybody, I was telling Jamie and who the first couple that came in. I'm gonna put it on here. What I'm gonna be doing at noon. Of course, I'm gonna be back on the radio at noon, and I'm gonna be on the jukinoldies.com right there. So I want to have everybody to tune in at 12 on jukinoldies.com because I'm going to try to do two things at the same time. I'm going to be ambidextrous, I guess you might say. I'm going to broadcast the video of me doing the audio. So I'm going to be doing my radio show. I'll be up at my studio up at the building, and I'm going to do the radio show up there, and I'm going to broadcast it live on YouTube at the same time. I've got enough bandwidth to do both of them up there, so that's the cool thing. I can do both and not disrupt the system. So I'm gonna do that starting probably a little bit before 12 on the YouTube channel. I'll come back on and tell what I'm doing and how I'm setting it up, but I'll have to mute the audio on the video part, on the YouTube part. Every once in a while, I'll have to reach over and like I'm doing right. I'll do it right here. I have to reach over and as you didn't hear, I muted it just then. I'll have to reach over and do that every once in a while, and just mute the audio because YouTube won't let you have music. You know, they'll let you have music, but it has to be YouTube audio. I mean, YouTube music. I mean, there's a lot of artists that submit to YouTube so you can play their songs or sort of instrumentals and different things that they've got. And that's all you're supposed to play on YouTube. So if you play a real song that comes over the airways normally, you'll get flagged for that because it's a copyright infringement. So I have to mute that so as not to get flagged by YouTube and get taken down by YouTube. So it's going to be tricky, but I'm going to try to do it and see how it goes. And y'all can see how it stands. No, I didn't see Dirt Monkey. I watched Dirt Monkey a lot. What was it? What was it about, Jamie? Was some crazy things happening up there too? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now you won't hear my music. I'm gonna have my headphones on. You'll see me with headphones on, and you won't see me. You won't hear my music for the radio show because I don't broadcast it inside my studio. Everything goes through my headphones. So the only way you're gonna hear the music is if you tune in to jukinoldies.com and you'll hear my music and hear what I'm saying in between the songs. And then my videos, I'm just going to turn around, have my headphones on, so you won't be able to hear what I'm listening to. And I can talk back and forth. I can reach over and mute my headphones so I won't have to hear the music while I'm talking to the people back and forth if I want to. But it's going to be a tricky thing. Y'all can tune in and see it, see how good I do with it, see if I get flagged by YouTube. I hope not. I'm going to try my best to do it right. What was happening in Minneapolis? Oh, wait, yeah, I'm Tim. no doubt, Tim, anybody would let their police station get burned down and then call it nonviolent. People ought to have some common sense right there about that idiot. How those people elected Tim Walz is crazy. But that doesn't surprise me. Oh, I know he didn't. I know he didn't let them do their job, and he wouldn't let the National Guard come in there to help. Trump offered the National Guard, and he turned them down. So that tells you how stupid he is. I mean, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. I mean, I think that came through loud and clear when people saw what he did when he ran for vice president. I mean, that was two idiots. Yeah, she picked a bigger idiot than that she was, so he didn't outshine her in any way. That's why she didn't want Shapiro, because he would have outshined her. He would have looked like the better candidate than her. And she picked that idiot Walz because thought she could keep him in his place, but he was just. I mean, anybody that can't even load his own shotgun has his own shotgun out there to try to look manly. So he's going to get out there and he's fiddling around with it. Couldn't even load his own shotgun. So he was a good one, that's for sure. Well, I hope both of them's political careers over, Jamie. I hope both of them are crawl under the stone you came out from under. Yeah. Well, he definitely was a knucklehead, wasn't he? He definitely was a knucklehead. I'll give him a thumbs up and a truth on that one, because he was definitely a knucklehead. I don't say that. I'll say right there, then and there, I'll agree with you there, Tim. You were a knucklehead. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of suspicion on that, because he kept going back to China, taking people back and forth to China. And, somewhere along the line, there's probably some money changed hands or something, because that man seems to somebody said, I don't even think he owns his home. He rents his home. He doesn't own much of any. He's one of these mentalists, not mentalists, minimalists. It's a hard word to say. People that don't want anything except your money, probably. Yeah, I know it. Yeah. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, looks like she'd come off a 2-day bender, didn't it? Yeah, she didn't look very good at all. Yeah, she's definitely losing her youth real quick. She's going to look like uh, Maxine Waters before long. She's going to be so wrinkled up and ugly looking. I mean, that's what you're going to get with Kamala Harris. You're going to get a new Maxine Waters. Yeah. Yeah, that she definitely she definitely losing her youth. She's got more wrinkles. She got more chins than I've got. I mean, I'm 13, 14 years older than her, and she definitely shows her age. Yeah, yeah, that's Maxine Waters, James Brown in drag, isn't it? Yeah, that's for sure. Well, you got some doozies there. Maxine, nothing but a big crook. Has her daughter working for her, making a big salary. A guy has her daughter in charge of her campaign, and just they do everything they can to do all these crazy things. Me, yeah, we got a mess on our hands with those kind of people. That's for sure. and hopefully, Trump will continue, putting out some good picks for his cabinet and everything. I mean, I'm real pleased with everybody I've seen so far. And I mean, he even appeased. I saw one of these gay newscasters on CBS, I believe it was, and he was talking about he said, well, now that he's picked that Treasury Secretary, this guy, he said, I may have to rethink that a little bit, because he was happy that did that. But, the guy that he picked is not a radical gay person. I mean, that's the difference you get. I mean, I've got gay friends, and I've got some guys that I've known and girls that both that are gay, and they don't bother me. They don't push their politics on me, and that's the thing. I mean, as long as you're not pushing an agenda that's out in left field, live and let live. I don't care. I'm not a person that hates gay people. I don't want people that are gay telling me that I'm living wrong and I should change the way I live to the way they live. Now, that's wrong, in my opinion. But as far as living and letting live, they can do what they want to. I don't care who you sleep with. I mean, I don't care, I don't care who you are mates with. I don't care who, that's just immaterial to me. But if you come back at me and you want to do something weird like those drag queens were doing, I don't think that's right. And I don't think you need to indoctrinate young boys on that. They were showing one of the books that they were trying to push in schools was showing two young boys in a homosexual thing and stuff like that. I mean, that's stupid. You don't preach and teach that. I mean, you preach and teach against that because that's not the way God wants us to be. But that's a whole different can of worms. Oh yeah, Pam Bondi is going to be a great one, I think, Jamie. I think she is well versed in the law. I mean, I think she's a better. It's sort of like I think Trump shook him up so much with Matt Gaetz that he's sliding Pam Bondi in there, who might have been his first pick. You never know. Trump's he's a wheeler dealer. He knows how to deal. He knows how the art of selling, and I think he sold the American public on that. He may have put Gaetz up there. He said, I'm going to put somebody so radical that I know they're going to shoot him down. And then when they start saying, well, we can't shoot down all of Trump's appointees, so we'll get rid of Gaetz, and then Pam Bondi she'll slide right in. Well, that's right, James. You don't push. You let the parents do the teaching of how they want their children to be taught about sex. And some is going to be better, some is going to be worse, but that should be the parental situation. I mean, these schools, you can teach general knowledge of sex, but you don't need to teach any agenda that says the ideology should be this or that. That's what I'm against, is them teaching ideology, not the biology. Biology is okay. Male, female. This is this, XX, XY. Here's what you need to do. Science part, I'm fine with that. But don't get in there and say the moral part of this or the ideology of this. Here's the way you can do this too. No, you're not going to tell my children you're allowed to have boys with boys and girls with girls, or change their sex or any of that stuff. Stay away from my children on that. Stay away from my children. I'll teach them how to do that. I'll teach them the right and wrongs of that. Don't let anybody jump in there and say, well, if they feel like that this, and if a boy comes in and he's sort of sissy, I mean, I'm gonna tell you this. One of my good friends, he was effeminate. He was sort of girlish, but he was not gay in high school and everything. Good friend of mine, and he went on. He got married. He has 4 kids, and he's still sort of feminine. Like he admits it himself. He said, I'm sort of girlish. I mean, he knows that he wasn't a good athlete. He didn't he was in the band. He didn't play sports, all that sort of stuff. And he would be called a sissy, but he wasn't gay. Now there are a lot of sissy boys that are gay, and and the ones that really fool you there's a lot of gay guys that are straight as, I mean, Dave Rubin, for instance. Dave Rubin, I think if you met him out in public, or even when he appears on the air, he doesn't appear to be gay, but he admits he's gay. But so there are different kinds out there. But trying to take a boy or a girl, say if a girl is more of a tomboy, and there's a lot of tomboys that turn out to be beautiful women later in life, and but they're tomboys when they're young. You don't grab all these tomboys and say, well, I think you need to transition to be a boy because you're a tomboy. You hit the ball good, you do this good. Now there are some tomboys that turn into be lesbians, no doubt, but you don't determine that when they're 12 or 13 years old. You let them determine that themselves when they're 18 years old, after their body is matured, after their body tells them, hey, you're a female or you're a male. This is the way you operate. And that's what you let science develop itself, because science knows that everybody develops at a different level and a different speed. I mean, there's a lot of messed up people out there that have transitioned, and now they wish they hadn't, probably. Yeah, we got to get these schools we got to get these left woke people out of school boards, especially in a lot of areas. And they have in our area down here that you don't get very many woke school board. You get a few, and county commissioners and everything. We got the good ones down here in the South. So I mean, I'm very happy with the way that is, and all that sort of stuff. Well, guys, I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna get off here in just a minute because I've got to save my voice a little bit, because I am going to be on the air for 3 hours. Of course, in that 3 hours, I don't talk the whole time, but I'm going to get back on my videos. Like I said, I'm gonna simulcast. I got to save these pipes. I'm gonna simulcast at 12 noon today. My video, I'm gonna come back on YouTube. So I'm gonna have my YouTube video live, streaming that and doing the audio and everything portion of my radio show at the same time. So you'll see that, and I hope maybe y'all tune in. Some of y'all guys can tune in and enjoy that if you want to, and you'll see my live broadcast. And I'll come off and on. I'm gonna have to mute it a lot of times. Y'all can go on with your comments and everything else, and I'll look at the comments and the comment section and see what y'all are saying, and that'll be fine too. So yeah, wish me luck on getting that done. And I'm gonna sign off here right now. Come on back at 12 o'clock, because I'll be back on for 3 hours. I'm gonna try to do it for 3 hours. So y'all come back and hang out with me at noon if you can. See you guys.